Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ether Show. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you guys had fun or did something productive. I hope you guys, for those of you that heard this podcast and are still listening, I hope you guys hopefully applied some of those things that I talked about. And if not, it's never too late to start. You can start right now. If you're listening to this podcast, you can start tomorrow. So, real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that this podcast is going to be having episodes that are shorter than I'd say 30 minutes, so like 30 minutes max, and then no shorter than 10. So just wanted to keep it between those two. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I feel like whenever I listen to podcasts and they already reach like over 45 minutes, it's already like, I'm gonna have to either break this up and listen to it, or I'm not gonna like actually sit there for the full 45 minutes unless I'm doing nothing and like listen to it. So I feel like maybe if I just kind of get the message out there within like 30 minutes, unless I have a guest on, then I feel like that would make more sense. But let me know, guys, in case you guys maybe do want longer podcasts, about 45 minutes. So today we're going to be talking about self identity and how it correlates with happiness. So, something that we do naturally as humans is that we all look for happiness, but we never look for it in the right places. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in like a store purchasing something for that quick rush of happiness, which comes from dopamine. And for those of you guys that don't know, dopamine is just a chemical in the brain that gives you that overwhelming feeling, that feel good feeling. So it's that feeling that you get when you got your first car or you go to the store to buy your favorite shirt. But what I've noticed as I've become happier is that these things that we buy, they don't actually do their job. They don't actually make us feel good uh, the way we want to, and I feel like as people, we crave to feel more whole as a person or more satisfied with our lives. We use them as substitutes and for something that can't be substituted. You going to the store to buy a shirt won't make you feel more whole as a person or give you more meaning in your life. I'm not too sure why we think that items will make us feel more fulfilled or more whole as a person, because the truth is that they never will. Items will never fulfill us and they'll never make us feel more whole as a person. But I think that the way that we identify ourselves is the true way to feel that happiness. So, right now, I want you to think of the last time you looked in the mirror and you were really feeling yourself. Think about how you thought of yourself, and more importantly, think about the way that you carried yourself that day and how good you felt. That behavior came from who you believed yourself to be. And when you use the thoughts for negativity to put yourself down, well, then you're going to act like the person you believe you are. You're going to be miserable. You'll always be the why me person, and you'll always make yourself a victim, and you will hate who you are. But if you see, or if you use self identity to lift yourself up, to tell yourself that you are the best and that you're worth loving and that you can get through any obstacle that life throws at you, well, then you will start acting like the person you have been wanting to be. It will bring you closer to becoming happier, and it will give you a sense of meaning. And more importantly, when bad things happen, you will start to become more resilient because you will know that giving into hard times is not who you are. There is so much that we are all capable of, but our negative thoughts towards ourselves is what stops us. So please, guys, I encourage you to change the way you identify yourself. We should all think that we're great. There's no reason for us to think that we aren't great. And if you don't think that, then I want you to go up to the mirror and ask yourself why. Why don't you think the highest of yourself? And what can you change to make yourself think that highly of yourself? Once you find the answer, I'm hoping that you start taking the action to change the things that you know are holding you back from who you want to be. So I have a few things I want you guys to try if you guys are having trouble changing the way you identify yourself. So the first thing I want you to do is to believe that this dream, this goal, this desire can be yours. I want you to speak it into existence and have your actions start to reflect this change. You have to become it before you actually have it, guys. The second thing would be to get rid of self-doubt. Now this is a tough one. I know. I struggle with it a lot as well, but the thing I do to combat this is I tell myself that I'm the greatest and that I can do anything I put my mind to. Oftentimes I find myself in situations where I'm not too sure that I have what it takes to do whatever it is that I'm trying to pursue. And somewhere in the process, I always give myself some positive reinforcement, just tell myself I can do this because that's who I am. So that just works for me. Obviously, however it works for you. It's always useful in situations where I'm not sure if I like actually can do this, or maybe I'm just too shy, or um, maybe I'm feeling insecure. I feel like I have to perfect this thing before I put it out there, and it's just really just believing in yourself and telling yourself that you can do these things. Just speak it into your head, be like, no, that's who I am. That's exactly who the hell I am. Uh, the third one is to believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to achieve. Believe that you can get to where you want to be, and that no matter how big the obstacle is that you'll come in your way eventually, you'll get over it. With these three things, I think shit will really start to change for you guys. And I want us to all grow together, not only just for you, but this is for me too. I want to build a community that like changes the conversation from how much do you make or how many zeros at the end of your paycheck to living a life where you're happy because you're doing what you love. I'm glad it didn't take me having a lot of money to realize what's really important in life, And I'm hoping you guys start to realize what's really important too. So thank you guys for stopping in, checking out this episode. I'm sorry it was a little bit shorter. There wasn't a whole lot to go over on this subject. And like I said, I kind of want to go over, I really want to get the message out there instead of just kind of like babbling on as most podcasts do. So they will be a bit shorter. Um, so yeah, guys, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.